I got 4 minutes where I was like, pow! What did you make of it?
I loved, obviously, the first 3 quarters, you couldn't see anything. But I liked the fact that he didn't like two things. First, he showed poise. And the moment wasn't too big, which was great. This was the most anticipated debut since you said LeBron, right? Then he doesn't let the fact that he's playing in 4-minute stints frustrate him. That could have easily frustrated him, you know? And he didn't let that happen. He got his rhythm in the fourth quarter, and he capitalized on the moment. So I was wildly impressed with several things. One, I heard Doug say they left him wide open and he shot. Well, that's what most teams are going to do initially.
Yeah.
And if he can hit just 35% of his threes, then for the next 7 to 10 years, while his athleticism is what it is, he's going to be a superstar, period.
Yeah.
Because if you get up on him, he'll be able to go around you.
Yeah, or bully you.
Right. That's the other thing. He can post. And you saw it yesterday where he, got a pass over a big man. Like, he's great in the post. What I love about, there's so much, the court vision. First pass to Brandon Ingram cutting across the lane. That's a nice pass. But I like that he could grab the rebound and push the ball. And you saw his pass to E'Twaun Moore on the fast break in transition. Great pass. So I'm going to tell you what I saw last night, Colin. I thought he was a combination of Draymond Green and Larry Johnson.
I think he's 1,000 times better than Draymond Green.
I agree. But I said a combination. So he's a Draymond Green in terms of playmaking. Now, maybe not quite that good. I don't know. We'll see. But he can push the ball. He can pass. He's got court vision. But he's a Draymond Green that can post up. And he's a Draymond Green that can give you 24 to 25 points a night. So think about that. Draymond's playmaking with Larry Johnson's scoring ability. So I was a little bit skeptical going in. I said yesterday I thought Ja Morant will have the better career between these two. Now, we'll see what happens because Ja's off to a great start, too, and they're winning in Memphis. But I got more than I bargained for from Zion.
Okay, so but before we go to the LeBron comps, let me guess, you're one of these, oh, my God, you got to play him more. Now, my theory is this. Franchises are worth double what they were when LeBron entered the league. Right. LeBron's been worth $50 billion to the league in terms of marketing, television ratings, capital to the league. This kid's a $100 billion asset. What can't happen is he gets hurt. What can happen is we complain he didn't play many minutes in a regular season game. Like, I have no problem with tight minute restrictions. You don't like that.
Well, what are you talking about? Like, if they're only playing him, say, next season, 24, 25 minutes a night, you're fine with that?
I'm fine with 18 minutes a night this year and 28 minutes a night next year.
Okay, 28. Look, I feel like at a certain point, you got to let the guy play.
Right.
And if he's going to get hurt, he's going to get hurt. Now, neither one of us is doctors, trainers, scientists. So whatever the science says is what it is. But I also think sometimes the science is over. I bet you the science says you're overworked. Seriously, right?
Oh, boy.
I bet it says you don't get enough sleep. Don't you think that's true?
Well, the overwork part is clearly not true.
But I bet my wife's a medical doctor. I know the science says she doesn't get enough rest. Right. Last night, she got hardly any sleep. She was on call. So she got about 3 hours sleep, and she got to work a 8 to 10 hour day to day. I'm sure the science says that's not good, but high productivity people in highly productive careers, that's what it is in America.
Right.
And it's the same thing for athletes. So I just feel like, look, I'm fine with the minutes restriction right now, okay? You don't want to get him hurt. Obviously, I don't think he was in great shape. He looked a little pudgy
he looked a little pudgy, yeah.
Now, my first thought initially was, my goodness, like he just looked fat. I mean, really, he didn't look good.
Little Oliver Miller there.
Right. That was one of the first names that came to mind. But so get him in shape, and the only way you get in shape, Colin, is playing NBA minutes. You're not going to get in shape on the bike. They don't practice a lot because of the schedule. He's got to play. And at some point, you got to say, look, if he gets hurt, it just wasn't meant to be.
I don't want to hear that. I'll throw up.
I don't want the kid to get hurt, but you can't baby him.
Well, I think you can baby a little. He's
what
19.
If he plays 20? Last night was maybe an aberration. What if he plays 18 minutes a night for the rest of the year and he's averaging 10 points? Are you happy with that?
He ain't average. If that fourth quarter is an indication of what he can do, he ain't averaging 10 points in 18 minutes. He's going to be averaging 16.
What I'll give you is he can score without you having to run a lot of plays for him.
Why do I got to play him 38? Well, what's the hurry?
Not 38, not 30. Whoa. 28 nowadays. I mean, minutes for everybody have gone down. No, very few players are averaging more than 30 minutes a game. So 28 is okay, but I want to see the kid play. Let him play. If he gets hurt, if he's going to get hurt in 28 minutes, he probably was going to get hurt in 35 minutes.
All right, let's go. Compare the LeBron debut. You were there. Take your time on this. Compare the LeBron-Zion debut.
Well, the hype was obviously just as big for LeBron, if not bigger. The only thing that makes this hype bigger is just the
we have social media.
Right, the increase in technology. But, I mean, media from all over the world was there. It was in Sacramento. LeBron was better because he played more. LeBron played the whole game. He played against a really good Sacramento team. Remember, that's when they had Peja Stojakovic, and I don't remember if Chris Webber was healthy that year, but they were still one of the top teams.
Yeah, and
in the league.
LeBron is going to be better than Zion. I'd just like to state that. I think Zion's a phenom, but I don't think he's nearly as good as LeBron.
No. And LeBron just was dominant. It was shocking because, as you said, he hadn't had a good preseason. Summer League, he was okay, but hadn't had a good preseason. And out of the gate, 25 points, 9 assists, 6 rebounds, 4 steals.
So you talked to Larry Bird right after that.
I did a story the next day. I got Larry Bird on the phone, and Larry Bird said 2 things that blew me away. One, if within 5 years this kid's not a surefire Hall of Famer, something went tragically wrong. And 2, LeBron's the only player he's ever seen who could have went to the NBA after his junior year of high school. This is Larry Bird. Not easily impressed.
No. And
he was fawning about LeBron James. So LeBron was, obviously the rest is history with LeBron. But Zion, like I said, I was incredibly impressed.
So you think Zion's a bit of a throwback?
Yes, I do think he's a throwback in this sense. What separates him from most of the other big-time scorers in today's NBA is he doesn't need to dominate the ball. Most of our guys over-dribble, they dominate the ball.
Thank you.
Right?
I was saying this. Westbrook's been in the league 12 years. He plays one speed. Zion showed me Zion could be patient. Zion could be coached.
Right.
Zion could set screens. Zion could take over. He gave me several.
He could post. He obviously shot jump shots.
And by the way, his tempo. Like Westbrook's 12 years in the league. Even his jumper, he's agitated. Like
how in the world did you bring Russell Westbrook in this conversation? Russell Westbrook and Zion Williamson. But what I'll say is Charles Barkley, who I've said Zion's like a new age version of Barkley. Barkley averaged 22 points for his career on 14 shots a game. 14 shots a game. Magic didn't shoot, and we know Magic was a passer, but he didn't shoot a ton. Like, guys back in the day, even Jordan, who shot a lot, he didn't dominate the ball. He didn't over-dribble.
No.
You know, he would just shoot a lot. So, Zion, I don't have to run a ton of plays for him. Some post stuff you'll run for him, but outside of that, not a ton, which theoretically should mean he should be able to play with Brandon Ingram, who's had a really nice year for them.
Yeah.
So because Ingram needs the ball.
Ingram's made himself a lot of money this year.
Right. And it should make it easier for Zion to play with other teammates because he doesn't dominate the ball.
I remember when Magic came into the league, the knock on him was he couldn't defend a bar stool and he can't shoot. There were people that didn't think Magic was. My whole thing about Zion is, folks, he's 19.
Right.
Hi, everybody. Thanks for watching. Subscribe here to get the latest from the show. Also, be sure to check out more of the best clips from The Herd or go watch a few segments from other shows on FS1.